Badadbadabadda. A ver, cántalo pues.
No.
Ay, no seas tímida. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du. Te voy a filmar a ti, canija. ¿Cómo vas con tus chilaquiles? ¿Ya terminaste? Termina. Ok. Vamos a ver cómo van mis aceite. Uy. Well, now the dish is almost finished. You know, I'm a firm believer that my audiences should be bilingual. They should learn English and Spanish both. So, let's take a look at this. We're going to put, the size doesn't really matter. They can be liberally big or small. Like little turds or dumplings or whatever. And the result of this, I'm going to actually use my other hand to do it because so you guys can see what's going on. Oh, there we go. Can you see me? Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but let's see. What can you see? Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay. You got to use two hands to do this right because you want to have more or less the same size dumplings. Anyways, they're going to spread out a little bit. So it doesn't matter. You have to cook them really thoroughly. That's another thing. You got to make sure they cook for a while so they will turn, because otherwise they won't turn. Otherwise they'll stick to the pan. And believe me, you don't want this stuff to stick to your pan. When working with hot oil, you gotta make sure there's no children around. You gotta make sure that you got everything covered. You gotta make sure that everything makes sense. These are like little, I guess, dumplings, you could call them. Tortitas in Spanish, they were called. And except for the oil, which is very oily, they're pretty healthy, they're pretty good. So, gotta wait for them to cook real good before you give them a turnaround. Oh. That's it, that's the plate. Well, I'll turn them around so you can see what they look like when you turn around. Did I start this video in Spanish or English? I don't remember. I think in Spanish. It doesn't matter. At some point I'd like to put subtitles in the English parts in Spanish and Spanish subtitles in the English part so that everybody can understand what's going on. Won't promise it happen tomorrow, but it would be nice. We are universal people. We are here as one big happy family, although we all feel maybe it's different. We can't really discriminate once we see that for race or sexual preference or anything really. You can't discriminate. I think the law of the land, for survival's sake, has to be tolerance, taken to extreme measures. No puedo. Pero tengo que hacer estos croquetitas.
Vete, quiero
No puedo, esto está caliente. Si lo dejo se va a quemar. No te acerques. Yeah, the law of the land, tolerance. It's what we must learn to do. To be tolerant of those who are different from us. And if we don't learn that little lesson, we'll all be dead. Because the Christians will want to kill the Muslims will kind of kill the Buddhists will want to kill the Hindus, and at the end of the day, we'll all be dead and it won't matter. who was right about it. Arguably, that is in the Bible, that is biblical prophecy. Arguably, we're going to kill each other, all of us. We're going to kill each other, and there'll only be 1/3 of us who survive our stupidity. And that third will probably be quite happy to be alive and will thank whoever helped them to survive as if they were God, or as if they are God or whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a good idea to lose 2/3 of mankind to insane wars and, just down here, the famous war on drugs, man. How many people have died because they can't get their fucking prescriptions in order? Fuck that. How many people have to die for marijuana to be legal? And who benefits from all that death? That's the one that gets to me. It's like somebody's actually benefiting from you, from the fact that you're all dying or going to jail or something. The jail industry, the police industry, the arms industry, the banking industry, everybody's getting a payoff on that shit. So it's a demonstration of our collective stupidity not to try to change what's going on either side of the fence you may be working with, or working for, or whatever. It just doesn't make sense. The waste of human, the insane waste of human talent and possibility and stuff. What for? Who benefits? Always somebody benefits. If you look at history, there's always somebody going to make good out of wars and revolutions and all that shit. There's always somebody that ends up with all the toys. But here's the deal. It doesn't matter if they'll also die. It doesn't bother me a bither whether it's Napoleon or Hitler or Churchill or whoever. All of them have a date with Lady Death. And Lady Death doesn't care who was right and who was wrong. She takes children, she takes old people. So, the trip, the profound trip, has to be personal. If it's going to be transcendent, you cannot transcend collectively. You're going to transcend personally. Okay, let's take a look at these things. This is more or less the end result. Consistency is quite good. Take them out of the oil. Use the other hand. Okay. Well, I'm really not a lefty, but you gotta see this. They're pretty good little patties, I guess you'd call them. They're not meat, but they are a good substitute for meat because they're high on protein, they're high on carbohydrates. If you really want them delicious, you should let them cook a little bit longer. I just wanted to show you some of these. I'm going to let them cook longer, and this is more or less what you're going to get. And you can put, them tomato sauce, or you can put them, with this hot sauce, or you can put them with mayonnaise if you're not a vegetarian. That's what I'm going to be doing. Whatever. Mustard. You can use mustard if you want. If you're a vegetarian, there's no problem with that. That's the dish. Not sure what they're called. So if you want to come up with a catchy name for them, leave me a message there on the inbox telling me what do you like to call these things. the ingredients: lentils, flour, oil. That's it. Have a God bless.